All right, guys, welcome to another edition of McQuade's Mindsets. And today's video is discussing a concept that I read about years ago, but I'm recently reading back, or I'm going back to reading this book called Artist of Life. It's the story of, or part of the story about Bruce Lee and his teachings. And one of the concepts in there is one of my favorite concepts to teach or think about in martial arts, and that's thought in motion. So thought in motion basically stems from the idea that, the more you think about what you're going to do, the more telegraphic you are. The more you're going to show your sparring partner or opponent or whatever the case may be, the more you're thinking about it, the more telegraphic you're becoming. The more you're showing them what you're going to do. The more you're showing your hand, the worse your poker face is. So the idea that I thought was most interesting in this concept that I read today was that a beginner in martial arts and a master are kind of like next door neighbors. And here's why, right? Because a beginner doesn't really know how to move correctly. A beginner in martial arts might not know the fastest way to kick. They might not know the fastest way to punch, but they know that if someone punches them, they need to move, right? And they might not know the fastest way to move, but they know like to move or swat or whatever the case may be, right? They have that instinct to, I don't want to get hit. They know they don't want to get hit, but they don't exactly know the best way not to get hit. Then you become an intermediate in some sense of the word, right? And this is what makes up a huge portion of your martial arts training. And this is like as you're learning, as you're growing, you lose the sense of no mind, right? And by no mind, I mean your body's moving more instinctively. You're thinking less. You lose that sense that you had as a beginner because what's happening, you're learning the right way to move. You're learning the right way to block, the right way to punch, the right way to kick, the right way to strike, the right way to get the heck out of the way if you're getting punched. You learn that. And then what happens is those thoughts, those teachings cloud your movement and you move slower, right? But that's because you're learning the right way to do it. It takes time. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. But the way you end up to become a master or whatever you want to use as a martial artist who has trained for a long time is you need to bring back that idea of no thought. You need to bring back that idea of thought in motion, right? It's thinking, but only as you're moving, right? It's using the teachings that you've learned over the years and practicing them so much and so often and thousands of times to where you can perform them without moving. And that's why as you grow as a martial artist, especially here, if you train at action karate, one of the things you'll hear me say is you're thinking too much. You're thinking too much. I need you to practice to the point where you don't have to think as much and you can just do your kata or do your self-defense or do your kick. So in that way, a beginner is a lot like a master because the beginner already has that no mind or thought in motion. It's just not in the correct way. So I thought that was really interesting to share with you guys. So next time you try something new and you're like just acting on instinct, I don't know why I did piano. I guess when I think of trying something new, I think of piano. And you're thinking of acting on your instinct, in a lot of ways, that's a good thing, right? Eventually, as time goes on, you'll learn how to fine tune your instincts, and that's how you'll get better. I know this was a long one, but please, if you haven't had a chance, check out the book, Artist of Life, all about Bruce Lee. It's an amazing book, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And remember, hit that like button below. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please make sure you do so. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and take care.